What's up guys, I'm Holly and Hako, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to farm up watts as fast as possible and as most efficient as possible. And it's pretty simple, it's really hard to mess up. So all you really need is a wishing piece to do this in general, but the best way to do this is to have a wishing piece and to have beaten the Pokemon League. The reason why you want to beat the Pokemon League is because when you activate a active den, or if you encounter an active den, which is say that red beam in the background, it'll give you 2000 watts just for pressing A, right? That's what you want. I think pre-game you only get like 100 or like 500, something like that. It's really low. So once you have those two things, what you need to do is just go to an inactive den, press A on it. It'll give you 200 watts just because there's no Pokemon on it, and this is where you put in the wishing piece. You only need one. Doing this method, you are not going to burn through them, but if you want to get a couple, be my guest. Once you do that though, go ahead and activate the den or encounter the den. We have a 4-star Pokemon right here. What we want to do is, this won't work if you don't do this. Press invite others. You don't need to be connected to the internet. Press the home button and then go over to system settings, system, and then date and time. So basically we're going to change the date. Right? And in order to do that, we need to turn off synchronized clock via internet. Like, we need to turn that option off. Once you do that, you're allowed to edit it. And all you're going to do is put it 1 day ahead of where you're at right now. So today's the 19th. I'm going to put it on the 20th. Time doesn't matter. So we're going to go ahead and press OK, go home button, enter the game again. So once you do that, we're going to quit, exit out. It takes a couple seconds. And if you notice, that den was gone, and there was a purple one in the background as well, and that's gone. So what we essentially did was that we manipulated the game to think it's been 24 hours, so the game changed all the den, or reset all the dens except for your wishing piece den. And that's because it essentially anchored that data saying, oh, you were about to start the battle, right? But we don't want you to lose that wishing piece, so we're going to let you keep the den, but the Pokemon data did change, so we got a different Pokemon. So a lot of people use this method to grind out and try to get a Gigantamax Pokemon, like Gengar or something, and they just continuously do this strategy until one of those Gigantamax Pokemon appears. But right now we're just talking about watts and how to farm it, so yeah, essentially we can just do that again. So invite others, home button, not sleep mode, system settings, and it really only takes about 30 seconds each time to do this. So you can get basically 4,000 watts per minute if you just decide, yo, I'm gonna make some money today, right? So we're gonna quit, yes. And as you saw in the background, well, that one didn't really reset. It reset, but because there's a chance a den could be reset at the same den as the regular active dens, but ours did not move. It just changed Pokemon, and we got another 2000 watts for it. So that's all there is to it. Now that you guys know how to do it, if you guys just want to exit out of the video, cool. But the next couple minutes, I'm gonna go over what you can't do, right? And what you can't do is do this strategy on a regular active den. So this is just a regular den that spawned after we reset the time. It will not work because it's not a wishing piece, and the game doesn't want you to lose that wishing piece in vain of just it being 24 hours. So if we try the same strat, we're going to go invite others. Let's go back to system settings. Basically, once you do this on a regular active den, it's just going to despawn. And that's why that wishing piece is important, right? So it despawned. We no longer get the 2000. We only get 200. But our wishing piece den is still there, even though we did the strategy to a different den. That's why I was saying it's really hard to mess up. It's just the date. You don't want to change the year, and you don't want to change The only time you want to change the month is if it's going into the next month. So if it's the 31st of a month, and then you need to change it to the 1st, then you change the month. But I've tried to change the year just for fun. Didn't work. Like 5 years in advance, it didn't work. But yeah, and then another thing I want to point out is that it doesn't need to be a purple beam. I've seen some people telling others if you want to max out watts, you have to hard reset it until you get a purple beam. It's just, you don't need to do that. The only reason, like I said before, you need to do that is if you're hunting a Gigantamax Pokemon or just a Dynamax Pokemon that has really good stats. But other than that, that's all there is to it. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and just leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to answer all of them. And yeah, enjoy the free watts. I got up to 600,000, I think, right now. I'm almost at 1 million. So it's a really easy method. It's a really easy method, and it hasn't been patched out yet. It's been like this for a couple months. So get your watts while you still can, unless they just decide it's not important enough to patch. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please consider subscribing if you think this video was helpful, and have a good day. Adios, guys. Bye.